Hey Team RevCon. So I heard a stat today. So when I watch Sports Center, I like to see the highlights, but I also, this sounds bad, but I like to see the injuries. And not because I like to see anybody ever get hurt, that's not it, but I want to see the mechanism of the injury so that then I can think, okay, well how can we train our athletes to sort of stay out of those vulnerable positions? I mean, sometimes there's just nothing you can do if like 300-pound football guy lands on your leg. But anyway, I heard a stat, actually it was on the Strength Coach podcast. Guess how many ACL injuries requiring surgery occurred so far in the NFL before they even played the first game this season. So hadn't even played a game yet. Guess how many NFL, so highly trained athletes, had torn their ACL sufficiently that it needed surgical reconstruction? Guess. Nope.
13.
Guess again. Nope. Guess again. Nope.
18.
21. 21 is the answer. And that's outrageous. So, you know, and I'm not saying that all ACL injuries can be prevented. Not all of them can, especially those kind where it's, you know, it's a contact, it's a trauma, and, you know, that's just going to happen. But those ones where you're just, you know, and everybody know, if you played soccer, basketball, football, or you go to high school, everybody knows somebody who's torn their ACL or you've torn your ACL. And the stats are, it's actually getting worse, especially at the collegiate level. So there's something we're doing that isn't right. The right type of training can dramatically reduce your chances of those non-contact injuries, which are the ones where, you know, we've all heard the story. Nobody was even near me. I just went to plant to pivot or to cut, and my knee just popped. Well, you know, nothing I can do. Which is right, at that time, there's nothing you can do. But proper training can help set you up so that your knee, help keep your knee out of those vulnerable positions where it does just pop kind of almost for no reason. Again, not going to prevent all of them, but we can dramatically reduce your risk. Also notice that I said proper training, not ACL injury prevention. Because really, if we're doing a proper training program, we're preventing ACL injuries and shoulder impingements and back injuries and that kind of thing. Or we're reducing the risk, because again, we can't prevent all injuries. So I thought what I would do is actually I just pulled out like the top workout sheet. It's the varsity small group workout for this phase. This is our movement phase. This is where we clean up our movement patterns. We put our connective tissue under a lot of tension so that it gets strong before we start adding a lot of strength to the muscle. We're still building muscle strength, but if we don't take the time to address that connective tissue by putting it under tension for a sustained amount of time, then our muscles get stronger faster than the connective tissue, and then, you know, kind of 8, 10, 12 weeks down the road, our athletes start getting tendinosis type problems. So this is why one of the things we work on in the movement phase. But if we look at the exercises that we're doing, let's pop this up a bit. You know, we're doing like a single leg squat, like bottom up squat. So we're getting that good knee alignment. We're using a mini band to sort of help turn on our lateral hip rotators. And then we're coming back down again with 2 legs. So we're learning how to do that single leg squat pattern without letting our knee fall in. So 2 things. Great strengthening for our glutes and our quads and teaching us to recruit our lateral hip. Plus we're improving alignment, which is going to reduce the risk of ACL tears. Bingo. We're doing a little single leg Bosu squat. So we don't use the Bosu that much. You know what the Bosu is, right? It's a thing that looks like a half ball. We don't use it all that much. But in this case, we're using it to sort of teach our athletes to dynamically stabilize on an unstable surface. So we're just doing a little half squat, 3 count down, 3 count up, but challenging them to keep that good knee alignment. So again, once we put them on an unstable surface, they want to go into their old habits, which is to let that knee fall in. So we're teaching them, hey, here's how you actually dynamically stabilize that when something's going on. Then we got a couple upper body exercises. We're doing a dumbbell single leg, stiff-legged deadlift. So again, recruiting our glutes and our hamstrings. Our hamstrings are the muscle that helps dynamically stabilize our knee so that we don't get that shear of the tibia sliding forward relative to the femur, which is what's going to cause our ACL tear. So it's considered dynamically pull in the reins. So we want them to be strong, but more importantly, we need them to be smart. Then an upper body exercise. Then a glute bridge, and this is so teaching our athletes again how to use their glutes, getting some strength in the hamstrings. And this one is a little bit of a for the athletes who've been with us quite a while, it's a little advanced one. So we go in a glute bridge and then we do a hamstring walkout. So again, we have to use our glutes and our torso to help stabilize, and then we're sort of dynamically using our hamstrings. So key point is non-contact ACL injuries, we can really dramatically reduce the risk with proper training. So we don't really talk about ACL injury prevention training. It's just part and parcel of building an athlete. These exercises also make you stronger, better core stability, more explosive. You know, it's all part of the package. So that's the scoop on ACL injuries. See ya.